Hello, I'm Jesús Guerra. I'm a senior at Columbia College. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm currently at the Morningside campus in New York City. I've had to stay here in order to renew my visa since this is my last semester at Columbia. I had to renew to apply to OPT in order to work for a year after graduation. I'm originally from Mexico, and because of that, I wasn't able to return back home to stay with my family during the pandemic, which I think has been one of the hardest things. Not just because of the immigration policy. I think that kind of highlights or in a way adds another layer to the separation that we are all living in, since immigrants generally have this extra barrier of bureaucratic separation, unfortunately. But it's not just because of that. If I had been able to go back home, I would have still considered it twice. I would have had to. I know that I would have lived with my mom, who's obviously older than me and more at risk of having the virus become more serious. So I also had her health in mind when deciding to stay here. I'm not as much concerned about myself, even though it has been hard being alone in the city, not being able to go out. In the past, I've struggled with mental health, and this just I guess it doesn't help with your mental health, having to stay locked down, not being able to breathe fresh air, not having a set schedule is a big thing, because you can easily fall into a cycle of inactivity that is really hard to get out of. Fortunately, I've been doing okay in that part, trying to keep busy with my classes. But it's definitely been hard. I think, especially psychologically, is one of the big things I think about the psychological impact that this has had and will have. Here in the city, you hear sirens every day. If you follow the news, there's hundreds and hundreds of deaths every day, and even if that doesn't impact you in a very direct way, it's impossible to ignore it, and it's impossible not to feel it in some way. Like, at first you become desensitized by it, but it's hard for me to imagine how it will not be a massive traumatic experience for everyone who's been living through it, especially if you're directly affected by it, if you're having to go out and work, if you're have family members that are directly impacted by this, if you yourself are directly impacted by this. It's hard for me not to see how this will have a deep, severe impact in our communal psyche. And the other thing I wanted to highlight that I noticed here in the city is just how segregated the impact is. Just last weekend, I went to the airport to accompany my partner, who was leaving in a humanitarian flight to Peru. The airport was completely empty. It was like a ghost town. It was completely eerie to see such a place that is usually filled with activity and such a busy place go completely silent. And on my way back, because there were no taxis to take back to campus, I took the M60 bus, and it was incredible to see how stop after stop on our way through Queens, this was about 4 or 5 p.m., the bus would just get filled and filled and filled with people, even in the midst of this crisis where everyone is recommended to stay at home. You realize that there's a lot of people that don't have that luxury, don't have the opportunity of work from home, or are now deemed essential workers and have to work outside. and most of these people, 90+% of these people, were people of color in the bus that I was in, and it got to a point where we were all crowded. People tried to avoid each other. People were wearing masks, but it was impossible. And that really struck to me as to how this is only affecting this not only, but this is affecting different communities in uneven ways. So I'm still here and waiting it out, but those are my thoughts living through a pandemic here in New York City.